thing that for me that just keeps me going is that no matter what happens, the medium will always change. The medium will always change, but the message won't. So as long as you have a message that's worth a damn and people feel inspired to talk about and share, then you will be able to continue making your art to some degree. That don't mean you're gonna be rich. That don't mean that, you know, I'm Bentley, I'm sipping Chris. Like, no, nigga, that shit over. But, you know, nigga, I paid up my rent, nigga. You know what I mean? Like, you can do that, but it's just, you know, the labels have always, even since the beginning of fucking time, have always kind of been a step behind in technological advancement. I mean, even if you look at from the days of like Tin Pan Alley when shit was like just sheet music, and then, you know, the invention of the phonograph came, they didn't like that because they was like, well, you know, you're playing our records for free, and how could you do that? And too short-sighted, not knowing that, like, motherfucker, if people hear your records, they will buy the shit. The radio, they ain't even want the shit to be played on the radio until they realized that other motherfuckers would buy it. It's always happened. The invention of the CD. Fuck that. You can't let people have CDs. It's a digital master. You're giving a digital copy to every consumer. No. Not knowing that, nigga, everybody gonna go and buy their whole shit, but then once they realize that, it's, oh, great. CD, nigga, woo, hell yeah. Press all that shit up. Repress that old shit up. We're gonna put the Legacy box set edition with new pictures. Ooh. They love the shit. Then MP3s. Fuck this. This is the worst shit ever. How could you do this? Y'all stealing from the artists. Nigga, y'all stealing from the artists. What the fuck is you talking about? Like, you know, and so now, like, by the time they got on the train, they could have got in bed with Napster early on and been like, look, they missed that shit. I mean, dog, you talk about a goddamn easy layup. Them motherfuckers bounced that shit off the backboard, dog.
Yeah, they surpassed the man that didn't sign the Beatles.
Yeah, they really did. They really did. Because now it's just like, because now the thing is, you know, back in the day, like, if they would have got in early, they could have got the consumers and showed them, like, this, the MP3 is a new way, but get y'all in, you do this, do that. It would have been cool. Now it's to the point where you have a generation of listeners who view free music as an entitlement. Like, you talk to my son generation, like, they like pay for music, huh? Nigga, that's for suckers, nigga. You mean what? Buy it? Huh? They don't even get it. So, you know, it's just like every technological advancement for now is going to the cloud, you know, when it goes to cloud computing and just streaming and stuff. So, you know, you can never focus too much on the medium. Just focus on your message, and just knowing that history about labels and how they have always been resistant to change in every fucking way. I just don't see any good reason why somebody would want to just chain themselves to that kind of institution.
Well, I mean, the difference is real simple. When you're with a label, somebody's gonna make a decision for you about like 95% of the things that you have going on. So when does your video drop? Who directs it? What is it about? You know, who is on your album? Who is the producer? Who is the feature? And when does it come out? And also if it's not coming out. And I think that if you have a company that at any given time is doing like 1,000 or 1,500 projects, you cannot tell me that their heart is in every single one of those.
Yeah,
it can't. It's
because
not possible.
they don't need you to hit. They just need something to hit.
It's a statistic.
Yeah,
you know
it's just
a
straight numbers game. It's like you just dots on a fucking page. It's like, nigga, I don't give a fuck what hit. We gonna put out 1,000 goddamn albums, and I don't give a fuck if the Muppets sing Hanukkah songs. If that's what hit, that's what we putting the money behind. And so, you know, just that alone is just like, man, I wouldn't play them odds. You know what I'm saying? I played them once. I never do that shit no more.
I mean, very real terms, like a lot of those records have a risk of not coming out because if they happen to be the cannon fodder, you know, in the sense of like, it's really, if you're in the wrong place at the wrong time, like your stuff might never get out. And who would want to have somebody decide that about your stuff? Because something else is they own it. They'll own it. They'll have the say over it because they'll own the master. You know, it doesn't seem healthy.
Yeah, majors, if they are smart, I could see them maybe just turn it into like management houses. You know what I'm saying? Like where, you know, we already taking all you motherfuckers' money anyway. So why don't we just sign y'all to just, you know, we just become management teams where, you know, whatever you do, if you want to put out records on your own or sell ringtones or whatever the hell you want to do, we'll help you do that and we'll just take a percentage. You know what I'm saying? And, you know, they still may be able to sell, I think they'll still get their money in like licensing and publishing because, you know, I mean, the history of recorded music in the past fucking 50 years, most of the big hits, 90% of them came from, major labels. So they'll always, they'll stay getting that Macarena money, you know what I'm saying? And, just that shit. But in terms of them being to sustain themselves as by selling records, I don't know. I just don't see it happening because I just don't see it. For one, I just don't see the market being able to sustain that kind of growth. And then even more so than that, I just don't see artists really fucking with that shit. Like, I just don't see, kids, growing up and saying, well, how we would say, I want to be Michael Jackson. And, we look to a label to blow us up. I think the next generation is going to see more where, I want to be like Soulja Boy, or I want to be like Lil B or whatever, just kind of these kind of self-made internet stars, you know what I'm saying, to some degree. And I just don't see the next generation just signing over their fucking life to somebody that really could give a damn.